everyone, welcome back. So today we're actually doing a double whammy video. We're doing a first impressions and we're doing a mani collab. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Jen from Dip Nailed It. She sent me this beautiful collection, and you guys, I was floored. She actually reached out to me so I can pick a couple colors just to try them out, and then all of a sudden this huge package came by, and I'm just so grateful for everything that she gave me. So again, Jen, thank you so much for even letting me try your products. This was such an amazing experience with her products, but we'll get into that later, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch while I go through the swatches, and then I'll pop back in when we start on the actual mani. So again, shout out to you, Jen. I am so thankful for everything that you have given me. So I'm so excited to do this mani. So look, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. So this is how the jars look like, but I am also going to use her dip liquids and gels. So I'm going to use the step 1 and step 2, which is the base and activator. And then to finish off the mani, I'm going to go ahead and use her gel base and her glossy gel top coat. So for the base, this is the step 1. She has her little logo on it, and what I like about the bottles, not only that they're clear, but that they have the instructions on the actual bottle as well as the ingredients. So I love that. And the reason why I love the clear bottle, you guys, is because I like to see how much product I have left. So that's a big plus for me. Now her gel bottles do come in this black matte kind of thing, which for gels, that's a good thing because you don't want to contaminate it with the sun. Again, you have the application process at the top and then the ingredients at the bottom. Now you guys, her glossy gel top coat is one that leaves it tacky after you cure it, so you do have to cleanse it with alcohol at the end, but I'll go ahead and go into that once we use it. Now I do also love that she brings a card that brings you the steps on how to use the dip liquids. The card is super informative and very descriptive, so I do like that, especially for newbies. Now the step 3 we won't be using because we're going to be using the gels, but again, I love that she brings that into the packaging. Now these are the 2 colors that I will be using. One is a solid, one is a glitter. In today's video, I'm also doing my party nail collab mani. So it's the hashtag unlikely party nail, which means I just wanted to show the other fingers a little bit of love. Usually we use the middle finger or the ring finger, that's the glitter or party nail. I wanted to use the pinky, the pointer, or even the thumb. So that's the collab for today. That's going to be on Instagram. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about the dip liquids really quick. So the first thing that I don't know if you noticed, but I definitely noticed, is that there was a black brush for application. Now you guys know, or maybe if you do or you don't, but in the past I have expressed my feelings about the black brushes. To me, they don't apply the actual liquids as well as they do with the white brushes or the white bristle brushes. I don't know if the plastic is made different, where the plastic clear translucent brushes, just to me, in my opinion, they just apply better. But the big plus for me for the actual liquid inside the bottle, you guys, this stuff is super thin. Honestly, the more I've used it, because I have used it on, this is my first mani doing it, but I have used it after this mani. This is the thinnest liquids I have ever used, ever. I don't know what it was. It's almost to the point you have to watch yourself how much product you put on the brush when you're applying it, because it could get runny. And honestly, you guys, that also goes for the gels. They're super thin, but in a way that's also a good thing. That just means that your mani is not going to be thick and chunky kind of thing. But honestly, you guys, the more you use a new product, the more you realize how it flows, how it reacts, and anything like that. You just know how to use it. On my thumb, obviously, this is my first time using it. But you can tell later on in the video that I figured out the liquid to brush ratio kind of thing. So again, you guys, if you use too much, it could get runny. So you just have to watch yourself when you how much product you have on the brush before you apply. Again, you guys, these are the absolute thinnest liquids I have ever used. All right, you guys know I like to activate my thumb before I move on, just in case if I bump it or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate it now. I'm gonna go ahead and also talk about the drying time. So these are not slow drying, but they're also not quick drying as well. Again, I don't know if that's because of the application, because of the black brush. But I didn't feel rushed like when I was cleaning my cuticle or anything, but I also didn't see that it needed to be dipped in the powder again, because you know, some slow dryings you do have to re-dip the finger back into the powder just so it can soak it all up. So I didn't have to do that. Again, I didn't have to rush to clean my cuticle. So to me, they're in the middle for that drying time period. Okay, so while I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the blueberry color, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about the actual dip product. So the dips don't have any like acrylic scent to them, which to me that's a big plus, because I am prone to headaches and migraines, so any certain smell can just basically set it off. So yeah, that acrylic smell that some powders have, these don't have that. A plus for me. All of the solids and shimmery colors that I showed you guys earlier, all of them were like super fine, where like it was almost like really soft and velvety, so they were super easy to work with. If a new person was getting into dipping, I would definitely recommend the solids, and of course even the shimmers. Now as for the chunky glitters, you guys know for chunky glitters sometimes they can be a little temperamental. Now, I'm not saying that her actual chunky glitters are hard to work with. I'm just saying that in any company, like no matter who you buy, chunky glitters just need a little bit more love. They need to be a little bit more patience for application. So just know that I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I also apply chunky glitters in this video. And hopefully that makes it easier for you to apply chunky glitters. But yeah, I mean, the chunky glitters in general, hers are like really pretty. They're super gorgeous. They're really pigmented. I did 2 coats on my swatches, as well as I did 2 coats on my finger on this video, and they were completely covered. It was pigmented. There was no empty spaces, no negative spaces. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I apply the chunky glitter, and hopefully that just makes it easier for you guys to apply them as well when you do your manis. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch while I finish up with the blueberry color, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to that chunky glitter. Alright guys, so we're about done with the ring finger. Also, side note you guys, I have no idea why I did my middle finger, then my pinky, then my ring finger. I was like all out of sorts. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and activate this. And then I'm going to go ahead and activate the pinky. And now we're going to go ahead and get out our glitter, which today we're going to be using, again, Blue Jay. Alright you guys, so how I like to apply my glitters, whether it's even a shimmer, like a really fine glitter, or even like the chunkiest of them all, I like to do 2 coats no matter what. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some dip base, almost like a full coat, super close to the cuticle area line, but not all the way up. And then I just lay my finger down into either the cupcake liner, but today I'm using my Dipped in Chaos. To me, honestly, the Dipped in Chaos is the easiest thing to use when you're using glitters. So I do recommend you guys popping over to Chaos Concepts and buying one of those. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and clean up the cuticle line. I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess. And then what I like to do, and like I said, I do this to all of my glitter applications, I like to press the glitters down just to make sure there's nothing sticking up. Because if you apply it right on top of something that's kind of like sticking up, what's going to happen is your glitter is going to come out super chunky and really rigidy. And that can lead to like a bumpy application. So always make sure that the glitters are flat and flush before you apply your second layer. So once you got your second layer down and everything looks good and all the glitters are in place, now you're ready to go ahead and clear cap. And what that means is just putting a clear layer over that glitter, just so when you file and buff, it doesn't mess up any of the glitters. Jen was so kind enough to send me her clear, which for her, you guys, is called Invisible. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply another layer of that dip base, and I'm gonna apply it all over the nail, making sure I'm all in the crevices and bumps and everything like that, because I want to make sure I'm getting that clear into that glitter. And then I'm going to go ahead and just lay it down, but I'm also holding it into that clear. If you can tell, I was like holding it for a little bit. Now I did wait about 20 seconds before I dusted off the excess, and then I'm going to apply a generous amount of activator just to make sure it penetrates all the way through, all the way down. So this is how we're looking like right now, but I will be filing and buffing off camera. This is how we look like after we filed and buffed. So I am taking a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it just to cleanse the nail to make sure everything's completely off, because remember, we're going to go ahead and use our gel liquids now. And just a quick side note, you guys, filing and buffing actually took me almost no time. So her stuff is not patchy at all after filing and buffing, so that's also a plus for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our gels. So I'm going to be using my gel base first. Now, you guys, since we're using gels, we are going to be using a lamp, and I'm using mine for Triple D, so she is right there on the side. So you guys, remember when I said earlier that her liquids were super thin? That also goes for the gel liquids. I didn't realize that they were that thin until I started using them. So you do see me go back to the bottle to kind of wipe some excess off of the brush. But again, they're really thin and they're super shiny. I do want to give you guys a little note. She did let me know that she also has henna-free gels in her shop. I'm not using them today because I'm not sensitive to gels or anything like that. But I do want to let you guys know that she does have henna-free gels available in her shop. And I also did notice, you guys, that the brush for the gels is also the same brush that's in her dip base, which again, I'm not mad at, because I kind of do also like that wide brush, especially for gels when you're applying for gels. I just wish in the dip base it was a white brush, but the same shape, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the gel top coat. Again, you guys, this gel top coat is a one that leaves that tacky layer after you're done curing it. So you do have to cleanse it with some alcohol after curing it. Usually I don't gravitate to those that I have to cleanse after I'm done curing, because I kind of like I just want to be done with the mani after I'm done, you know what I mean? But also when I use ones that have that tacky layer and I do that cleanse, sometimes it kind of dulls out a little bit. But honestly, with this one, you guys, it didn't dull out at all. So that was really surprising to me towards the end. So I do enjoy that her shininess to her gel top coat is not affected when you cleanse. But all in all, you guys, this is a brand that I will definitely use again. So this is a go for me. I'm going to go ahead and share some codes for you guys. I will be listing them down below as well. So the first code you can use is Shay Sent Me, which is 25% off one-time use. And then for any time after that, you can use Shay10 for 10% off at any time. Now, you guys, this is not affiliate or anything. This is just for me to help you guys to save some money. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and take a different lint-free wipe with some more alcohol just to wipe that tacky layer I was talking about earlier. Again, her gel top coat does not get affected by when you go ahead and take off that tacky layer. It stays shiny after the fact. So again, a plus for me. We're going to go ahead and put on some cuticle oil. Today, I'm actually using Triple D's new cuticle oil. It's called Take a Bite. And oh my gosh, you guys, this thing smells so good. It's phenomenal. Like, it's insane. And that applicator, that tip applicator, is so bomb to get into those like crevices into that cuticle area. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rub that in. So this is our final result, you guys. Again, Dip nailed it, is a plus for me. I would definitely recommend them. So yeah, let me know which ones were your favorite colors and if you're willing to try it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, you guys. Bye.